Good afternoon, welcome back. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. I know things are easing up in the U.S. and it's a little scary, and I hope that wherever you are, things are going well. Today I want to share with you this book based on a journal kit called A Crown of Flowers, or Beltane, and this is a soft cover book. The base of the book is a thick piece of craft text, which I think you can see here along the edge. And to that is sewn a piece of upholstery fabric. And then on the inside, paper is added to make it not stiff, but a little stiffer. After I sewed the fabric to the craft text, I lifted the edge of the fabric and put a little Fabri-Tac glue around the edges to help be a fray stop in addition to the sewing. I like the little frayed edges, but I didn't want them to get crazy or come up onto the front of the book. This image is actually part of the kit. There's a layer of fabric and cheesecloth underneath her. What I did with this image, it's on photo paper, is that I decoupaged it first, sewed it to the fabrics that were glued together, the cheesecloth and the fabric, then glued it to the surface and went back with some more decoupage to kind of try to make it like an oil painting. There's little brush strokes, which you may or may not can see, and then added these little mica flecks in it just for a little bit of sparkle. This is a piece of applique that I bought probably 25 years ago. It's the last piece. There was a little antique shop, and these had been, I guess people put them on clothing, or I don't know, but they were just little appliques, and this one was more circular and impinged on the picture, so I actually cut it apart, and as I glued it down I tried to alter the arc here. This is an antique button that has a rose in it and a little bit of thin seam binding. This is a Tim Holtz piece. This is Tim Holtz fabric, and then these other pieces of things are just found objects. On the inside here, I have two of the sections are made from a legal size file folder, and what I did was I cut out the piece, which actually goes here, that was 5.5 inches wide and 8.5 inches tall to match the pages, and then that left me with some leftover pieces of file folder that I then used to make flips and pockets, and I'll kind of show you that as time goes by. I was originally going to put 3 of those sections in, but things got too thick, so I used one of the sections to make this flip for the front. It's kind of, you know, little antique looking. Cut the hole to showcase the little picture. These little items here are all little journal cards that are from this kit that I used, except for this. This is a Tim Holtz large ticket that I've decoupaged some napkin to. This style of pocket here is from when Nik the Booksmith was teaching on the lap book. She did these. This is sort of a reinforcing edge, and then to keep things from tearing, you punch a hole and then cut between the holes to make your pocket. So these were adhered to this colored paper, these pockets formed, and then this was glued down to the piece of file folder that I made the flip out of. So that's how that works. So there's some plain brown paper that I have decoupaged napkins to, or used little pieces from the kit to decorate. This is the plain page that she has for the backs of the pages. There's also some Southworth, I think it's cotton rag. No, that's the parchment paper that I have done some stenciling on. This is one of the tickets from the kit. I have added in here pieces of my avocado dyed paper. It's that kind of blushy pink in spaces, just as other little interest. There are two corner pockets included in the kit. I only used one. And then these little journaling cards in the little ball jar are part of that. These little circles are part of the kit. This little cheesecloth and all sewn on there. There's also in little areas little tidbits of my marble paper that were left over from other projects. So that was the first signature. The second signature is made out of the file folder. You can see that it's stiffer, it's thicker. And I also incorporated some papers here that are from the Graphics Fairy Spring Meadows Endpapers bundle. And it was because they blended so well. They have the same aesthetic because the ephemera for that was designed by Anya, who had the Crown of Flowers kit. So it all kind of blended together. There's a little coin envelope that I've just put some of the avocado dyed paper. There's a couple of larger envelopes. This one has some of the journal cards that come with the kit. And these little tickets are part of the kit. So this side, this flip, all of these things here, I think, are part of that Spring Meadows Endpapers. And the ephemera for that kit on the Graphics Fairy members site included some journal pages, which I just cut in half to take the lined side for this little writing space. And then I created from parts of other pages these two pockets. This is from the Crown of Flowers kit, little file folder. There were two of those in the kit. And this is one of the journal pages that I reduced down. I just told it to print it at 4x6 size and then made a little journal card out of it. This is some of the end papers, as is this, which could be a beautiful end paper for any book you wanted to use that has nature as part of the theme. The other paper that I used here is this green paper that is a combination of parsley dyeing, and then I thought it was too pale, so I went back with some coffee, some tea, and some distress inks to kind of muddy it up a little bit. This is one of the journal cards from the Crown of Flowers kit and some more of my marble paper. You can get a better sense of this parsley dyed paper here. More napkin and stenciling. This is a piece of my avocado paper glued to one of the background papers. Here's the other file folder that comes in the kit, and I just lined it with some of the avocado paper. And then put a back pocket. So you can see that this is the file folder signature. This corner pocket is some of my paper, but the little decoration there is from the kit. I love that image. So then this is the other file folder piece here, a little different. The first part doesn't have any sort of flips or whatever. It has two folios sewn in it that have just little decorations on it. And then the back is another flip, a little different, no pocket, just celebrating the May Queen. And then this was a larger piece, and you can see I sewed it together, but it made a really large pocket, and this is from that Spring Meadows kit. More of that avocado dyed paper. That's another Tim Holtz ticket. And I think we're about to the end. So a little pocket there made out of some pieces of scrap and the last of the little mason jars. So that is the end of the book. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing this as my creative team project for June, and I will leave the links below the video for the kit, as well as a link to the Graphics Fairy. If you join their website, you'll find that you get lots of wonderful bundles to use for junk journals. Have a wonderful day. Please stay safe and healthy. Bye.